Hello, and in this part 1 IELTS speaking video, we're going to look at the topic of advertisements. Notice that I say advertisements. This is the correct pronunciation. You do hear people say advertisements, but that is not how it should be said. It's advertisements. So first of all, we'll go through the language in the answers, go through the answers, and then there'll be a quiz at the end. So please stay and do the quiz because it will help you to remember the words and phrases. On the whole, great way of saying in general, usually, but not always, mainly, mostly. So you have lots of different ways of saying usually. On the whole. Irritating, a good adjective that means annoying, incredibly irritating, really annoying. To skip the ads, we can say advertisements, adverts, or ads. Ads, to skip the ads, to fast forward, to make them go faster. I couldn't care less about. I'm not interested. It's quite a strong way of saying I'm really not interested in them. I couldn't care less about. Do you like advertisements? On the whole, no. They're incredibly irritating, and so if I'm watching something, I skip the ads. I couldn't care less about them. To be forced to. This means you have no choice. You must do it. And notice I've used the second conditional there. If I was in the cinema, then I would be forced to. So a good way to impress the IELTS examiner. If I was in the cinema, then I would be forced to. To fast forward, to skip the ads. So to play something at a higher speed to get to another part quickly. To fast forward. Do you watch them from beginning to end? Not if I can help it. If I was in the cinema, then I would be forced to, because you can't just fast forward them. But at home, I rarely ever watch them. Ads. So like I said, we can say advertisements, adverts, or ads. They pop up. They appear. Sometimes if you're on a website, then they appear in a box. This is called a pop-up, and the verb is to pop up. The sidebar is the side of a website where you often see advertisements. The sidebar. Streaming platforms are things that play music or movies. Music streaming platforms, so things like Spotify, Apple Music, QQ Music, etc. Streaming platforms. A premium subscriber. Sometimes on streaming platforms you can pay money, a monthly subscription, and that makes you a premium subscriber, and so you don't get adverts. Where do we see advertisements? Everywhere. For instance, if you go on a website, ads pop up or they are in the sidebar. On music streaming platforms, adverts are played before the song if you are not a premium subscriber. We are bombarded with. This means they're coming at you all the time. They're being directed at you on your phone, on your TV, on the radio, when you're driving in your car. We're bombarded with them. There is no escaping them. You cannot avoid them. They're everywhere. There is no escaping them. A commercial break is what we call the adverts during a TV programme. So the programme stops and adverts are played. A commercial break. And another word that means annoying. At the start we had irritating, infuriating. Both can be used in writing as well as speaking. Infuriating. Is there much advertising in your country? We are bombarded with them. There is no escaping them. If you watch a TV programme, there is a commercial break every few minutes. It's infuriating. So let's do the quiz now because it will help you to remember these great words and phrases. Which two adjectives mean annoying? Infuriating and irritating. Infuriating, irritating. Which phrase means to fast forward the ads? To skip the ads. To skip the ads. How can we say to direct so many things at? So with adverts, to be bombarded with. We are bombarded with adverts. They're coming at us like bombs. To be bombarded with. What do we call Spotify, Apple Music, QQ Music, etc.? Streaming platforms. Streaming platforms. And if you pay money to these streaming platforms, you are a premium subscriber. A premium subscriber. How can we say I'm not interested in ads? I couldn't care less about ads. I couldn't care less about ads. How can we say a break in a program for adverts? A commercial break. A commercial break. And finally, how can we say you can't avoid them? There's no escaping them. There's no escaping them.